My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Alright, sorry if you hear any noise. I need to get the list out of the way so I don't have to record later tonight. The way Squaddies and non-Squaddies are lighting Russell Myers' ass up in the comments about his regurgitation book. Alright, there's that. I think I covered that, right? Every day, love it. There's that. The way they keep remixing the same lie like it's a deluxe album and it's still flapping. There's the cry here. Every rewrite makes her look worse. Lag off. That chick is unlikable. Alright, let's go to the next one. Oh my god, I still have a lot. The squad were laughing a lot, throwing shades left and right. Okay. The way I'm watching Meghan's ancestors dig up dirt on everyone they claim was better than her. Okay. She's making reference to something someone must have said in the leftover island. Lord, I tell you, me just walking back and watching the play, come a sweet no tell. I am not going. Okay, that's a ad. Yep, there's a thumbs up. Okay, so there wasn't a lot of comment here. Next one. Okay, this wasn't on my bingo card. Laughing my ass off. Okay, I look at it. I try to see what this is all about. There's Meghan who posted that. Okay, with her caption, these two plus Archie equal my forever Valentine. And then this, Brooklyn Peltz Beckham. So did they like, unless I don't follow him, did he like Meghan's post? I don't know. Or they tried to create a narrative so people could start talking. There's the out here. Wow, that's an ad. There's this. How? There was talk that Meghan and Harry had dinner with him and his wife. Could be true. Let's see. There's one comment here. I cannot see it. Probably an accident. I will post stuff every time I go on that app now. It's annoying. Is it real? Because I just looked. You sending hate there with this. Okay. I don't know. I don't know anything about that. Alright. So let's go to the next one. I have 4 more. Okay. So what is this here? Okay. In 2014, Jeffrey Epstein tried to cozy... okay. So this has to do with Hermes, the designer. So that's why I put it here. In 2014, Jeffrey Epstein tried to cozy up to the designer brand Hermes, but their CEO knew about him and ignored him. But in 2016, Jeffrey didn't stop. He decided to donate a large sum of money to their charity so he could try and get them that way. But CEO Alex Dumas returned the money. Okay, this is what I was saying. I think it's in this video. Yeah, where he's trying to get anybody. They don't care what your position is, as long you have a platform, use something, because they never know. You never know when they might need you. So let's listen to this. 1 minute and 25 seconds screenshot.
Let's talk about Epstein and Hermes. Newly released documents from the Epstein files have revealed that Jeffrey Epstein tried multiple times to cozy up to the Hermes CEO, Alex Dumas. In 2013 and 2014, he emailed the company 2 times trying to get meetings with Dumas to discuss financing or whatever these guys talk about. Alex Dumas, however, turned him down both times, citing publicly that he was just too busy, but privately admitted that this guy was a predator and he did not want him near his business. business. But Epstein didn't stop there. In 2016, he tries again, this time trying to force a connection by donating a massive sum of money to one of Hermes's linked charities. But when Hermes learned who the donor was, they rejected it and instead gave that money to the charity themselves so that Epstein's name never touched that charity's books. Here's why this is so interesting to me, because you have all these business leaders who are claiming they had no idea. Yet in 2013, Jeffrey Epstein was a convicted sexual predator. He was also known as a shady business person. Alex Dumas and the team at Hermes knew this. So these leaders who are saying that they just didn't know, it makes it harder to believe when someone like Dumas comes out and says, I knew 15 years ago and chose to protect my business and my people. At the end of the day, morality was available, and who chose that morality can tell you a lot.
Yep. If he had received that money, that brand would have been dragged along with the Epstein thing just about now. People will move away from that. Because I'm hearing, was it Beyonce and Jay-Z? There's some stuff going on. I didn't look too deep into it. But they lost a couple millions of followers. Okay, so there's some connection there. Let's see. If they knew, why didn't they help support the victim? It's very easy for us to say, because how will I say that? The ring, it's like a ring. There's so many connections. He will have to create his own ring of connection to combat it. He cannot do it himself. This is when you listen to Harry's speech after the Center Bally. I'll put it. There's a part where he said, "This is it's much bigger than just him." Okay, but he didn't say him. He said us.
The decision that I have made for my wife and I to step back is not one I made lightly. It was so many months of talks after so many years of challenges. And I know I haven't always gotten it right, but as far as this goes, there really was no other option. When I lost my mum 23 years ago, you took me under your wing. You looked out for me for so long, but the media is a powerful force. And my hope is one day our collective support for each other can be more powerful, because this is so much bigger than just us.
That's because of all these, the connection that's going on. He could not fight them alone, so he just took his family and step away and kept his mouth shut. He deals with certain things that he knows he could handle, but Harry knew it's much bigger. So can you imagine this guy? He will have to create his own army as well. Okay, so he just want to live his life. It's very hard now that we know, the public know, because we do not know how many kids they still have in captivity to do their nonsense. And majority of them are white. Okay, I know that some of you have said they use black people too. I've seen it. Yes, you are right. But just keep that in mind. Because these people have some crazy mindset with their white supremacies going on. They're using the... Oh my God. They don't even consider these kids as human. This is the thing here. When you don't consider these young kids as human, they do whatever it is that they want. This is why when you have kids, not only you have to protect them, when they have animals, you have to make them treat animals with decency, with care. Because if they could do harm at a young age to animals, when they grow up, they're going to be monsters like this. Oh my God. So I cannot blame this guy, because the chain of connection, you have people in the government and all walks of life. He cannot do it himself. Okay, this is how propaganda works, folks. Look at this picture here. All right, so they started to take picture with them and things like that. It's like, at least the money, I want no connection with you. All right, how much is Hermes paying you? Dumas gave him a personal tour. All right, I mean, I don't know what to say. All right, I don't know what to say. I don't know too much about it. Let's go. Let's move on to the next tweet. Next one. This has to do with Rihana. Let's see here. This is why men live after women give birth. Clock it. All right, let's listen to that. Almost 3 minutes.
I have to be honest. I'm glad that these pictures of Rihana are going viral because my guilty pleasure is seeing people's real thoughts. I can't stand this fake ass internet, social media even though I'm on the internet. The comments from men and women saying things like, this is why people leave after women get pregnant or women have a baby, is their honest and true thoughts. So stop trying to fight with these people in the comments. Please, I beg. Stop trying to fight with these people in the comments. Stop trying to change their mind. Your job is not to change anybody's opinions. Your job is to observe. Your job is to pay attention. The women saying this are the most disgusting, vile, jealous type of women. But these women will have sons and they will justify them cheating on you and leaving you at your most vulnerable because you should have kept it up. I mean, I kept it up. That's how come Charles knew where home was. I mean, he was never at home, but he knew where home was. And the men saying like this are telling you their true thoughts. You're not going to shame them into being better people, but you can do yourself a favor by never marrying them and giving them a baby. Rihanna is drop dead gorgeous and she has been forever, but you take a bad picture with unflattering lighting and no filter. I'd love to see how you look. I don't promote body shaming, but when I see a man talking and I see no hair, big tits, I'm on that ass. Reread this and reread that, but Riri got the life that you want but don't have. Even if ASAP Rocky decided to leave her, you know what? She wouldn't need a bag. Riri is with the man that she wants to be with, not the man that she don't really like, but at least he provides. Not the man that chooses everybody but her, but the man that she wants to be with. Because when you have a bag, an education, some ambition about yourself, some get up and go, you have options. Well, she might have options, but she ain't got no ring. Uh-oh, not me speaking broke, bitch. Let's Google why a billionaire might not want a ring at this moment. Let's read it slow. Rihanna might be prioritizing the protection of her vast assets and avoiding the complexities of dividing them in a potential divorce. But I'm confused. Why would anybody divorce? It's not like men leave you or cheat. If you don't look the same after popping out 3 of their kids, that doesn't happen. When you have a baby, you are at your most vulnerable state. You lose yourself. Some women lose their mind. Some women lose their teeth and their hair. You risk your life on that table, and some women never wake up. But the good news is you get to choose who you risk your life for and how many times you get to do it. So do not fight people in the comments. Find out. Find out if the man that you're laying down with feels that same way, because he's not just talking about a celebrity, he's talking about you. The women are so funny because that's what a real bitch looks like. But if she were to nip and tuck and sew her forehead to the back of her y'all would be saying that she isn't real enough. You know those same women that shame other women for getting surgery because they need attention and validation? Those women that say, does anybody like real women anymore? Does anybody like natural women anymore? You know, those women that don't need attention or validation. Does anybody like us anymore? That's why I don't listen to you hoes.
Yeah, I mean, after I gave birth, actually, when I was pregnant, I think I started showing like 8 or 9 months. And then after I gave birth, I was like a freaking balloon. A balloon. That's when I got really big. But if you do what you're supposed to do, look at Tiana Taylor. Look her body. I think she has how many kids does she have? You could look it up. But she looks good. But for women to body shame others, that's not fun. Alright, she looks effing hot. There was a video that was going on. Okay, I'm done with this. You could pause and do this. There's a video that I saw. I think her husband, Rihanna's husband, was doing a fashion thing, and she went and showed up to support him and behind the scene. You should see how his face light up. So happy to see him. I mean, as long as they're happy, I'm just happy for them. All right, so we are into a little politics here. Powerful. On The View, the host nailed it while discussing Olympic athletes wearing the American flag despite opposing Trump. We are bigger than Donald Trump. He's here for 1 minute. This country exists before him and will exist after him. I'm not giving up the things I'm proud of about this country. They even showed empathy for Russian athletes forced to compete without their flags. Really? That's part of who they are. I don't blame Putin on them. Patriotism isn't loyalty to one man. It's loyalty to shared values. Okay, so let's listen to this. There was something I was going to say. Never mind.
I'm proud American. This country is 250 years old. It's seen some pretty nasty days, and it doesn't change the opportunity it offered to so many people. It is an imperfect work in progress. So nothing about wearing USA on your back says I endorse everything that my government's doing back home, because we are bigger than Donald Trump. Donald Trump is here for 1 minute in my mind. This country predates him, and it will date after him. And so I'm not giving away all the many things I am proud of that this country does and what it represents to me. So I hope they stand proud. I would never look at someone with that flag, even when they blank out the Russian flag. My heart goes out a little bit to those Russian athletes, because that's deeply a part of who they are. And I don't blame Putin on them. So I think people should be able to wear their flag and be loud and proud, because I don't put any of the taint on any of our athletes or assume I'm proud American.
It's playing again. The only time I will say I will blame some athletes, because it has been done. During January 6th, there were some former Olympic, I think they were swimmers or something, whatever they were. I'll search it. Who were at the Capitol during January 6th. All right, so this is what I asked Google. Were there Olympics athletes at the Olympic Were there Olympic athletes at the Capitol building January 6? Yes. 5-time Olympic medalist swimmer Clyde Keller was inside the U.S. Capitol building during the January 6, 2021. Okay, so you could pause and read. So this, I'll sort of have a different perspective. But when the athletes who work their butt off to make it to the Olympics, they have to do what they have to do. I will not blame them for what their government is doing. All right, you could pause and read there. All right, this is discussing the leader from the institution. If patriotism is tied to a single person, it's not democracy. It's a personality cult. The idea that you can love your flag while opposing a current manager and a nuance. But you have to look at the situation, what's going on. There's a tug of war that's going on right now. The MAGAs are pulling the U.S. right now to abolish its constitution and taking us to a different way. So we are in a tug of war. All right. So you see it as you want. All right. Next one. What is this about? Okay, I didn't listen to that, but let's hear. Fearless African women destroy Western minister live. Defends Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger like a boss. 49 seconds. I'm just going to listen to this and go to my last one, and that'll be it.
Niger, Burkina, and Mali have an amazing endowment of uranium, of lithium, of manganese, and of gold. When people talk about critical minerals, these 4 are among those that are mentioned. These are not poor countries, but they are countries where people are poor because even the governance of those resources right now still is not with those 3 countries. You need a central authority, and this is what they are working towards establishing, because you can have a government in power, but if they do not have the authority on the entire territory, some of the issues that we discussed cannot be handled easily. Niger, Burkina, and Mali.
I like her accent. There's something that I see that's going on around Haiti. Oh my God, there's so much I need to record for you guys. I just don't have time. What I saw happening here, you know how the UK love to create the problem and then they try to solve it? That same blueprint is being done over there. Okay, they probably say yes, there's drugs coming in and things like that. The moment that I saw what I saw, I was like, nah, it can't be. They have to manufacture it. Okay, make it seem like it's Haitian who's bringing this in, and then to give them a reason to go in Haiti. I don't know. Something is brewing. I don't like it. I could be 1,000,000% wrong, but the moment that I saw it, I was like, this doesn't look right to me. This doesn't look right to me. They're creating a reason for whatever it is that they have their eyes on Haiti for something, with similar to what this lady with all those natural resources. All right, this is my last one, and then I'm done with this group. All right, what is this about here? OMG, listen to what this Republican representative from North Carolina, Meghan Lee, has the nerve to say to this Black Democratic representative, Abe Jones. He questioned how he was able to get into Harvard even though he was the second tier of the whole school. Abe was to come. We're gonna be hearing a lot of things now, okay? Because what they wanna do is get Black people to be upset, to be on the street. This is what they want, and they're not, African American are not giving them that. But whatever. The key thing here, they want people out, African American in particular. Let's listen, and then that'll be it.
Mr. Speaker, can I ask the representative a question?
Representative Jones, does the gentleman yield to a question from the gentleman from Iredell, Representative McNeely?
I absolutely will yield. Yes,
He
sir.
yields.
Representative Jones, I want to ask you the question is, I understand that you went into public school and you went to Harvard and Harvard Law. And the question, I guess, is, would you have been able to maybe achieve this if you were not an athlete or a minority or any of these things, but you were a student trapped in a school that the slowest, in the wild, we'll say the slowest gazelle does not survive, but yet the herd moves at that pace. So the brightest child sometimes is held back. And don't we
Point of order.
Gentleman may state his point of order.
Okay, I'm hoping I wasn't the only one that got shocked by that comment, that the only reason you went to Harvard is because you were Black and an athlete?
I did not say that. I said, did that end up being one of the reasons? I do not know that. I asked him this. I asked him this.
Okay, all right.
I don't mind answering.
Gentleman doesn't answer the question. Sorry, I was reading the note here, so I didn't hear what was.
Well, I apologize, and I'll reframe.
The gentleman from Iredell is no longer recognized. For what purpose, the lady from Wake, Representative McGill, rise. Representative Jones, do you still have the floor, sir, to debate?
Trying to wrap up.
Gentleman has the floor to wrap up his remarks.
I just want to say that I'm just going to say one thing. Harvard had 5 rankings for their students. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And when I graduated from Harvard, I was in rank 2. So I earned my place, and I did well. Now,
The thing is that what I'm seeing, they want to make it easy for white people to lash out, let their racism. I don't understand these people. They are fully crazy. They want to make it easy for them to say their BS. That's all. And then at the same time to get Black people upset to go out and protest and all of that. Okay? So you could pause and read. I am done. Okay? It is 6 o'clock now. Thank you for watching. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. All right, so that's it. Thank you for watching.
We live in Naka. It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together. And if I may speak personally, we are all in this together. Because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.